Alright, so we're going to pull the throttle body, which is this right here, which requires taking this off, which is just your 1/4 inch socket. Not 1/4 inch socket, you know, the 1/4 inch end. Take the throttle body off, and there's a filter there. Try not to rip it. I'm gonna clean this one and then see if there's a change in the car. And then this is a 70 millimeter. I'm upgrading it to a 75 millimeter off a E150 van, E250 van 5.4 liter engine. I have your, I don't know if that's the zip tube. This is still only a 70 millimeter MAF. To upgrade that up to 80, I need to get a tune. We have the Airbox. I don't know. It's probably restricts some air a little. This is a dust filter because I'm using an AFE. Whatever's. This was off. I bought this when I had a 2000. This is for the 2000, and they didn't appear to have it for the 2003, but I totaled the 2000, so I pulled this off it and put it in here. It fit, and I think this might be this is a 2004 PI tube, I think. I don't know, what else? Alright, to take the throttle body off, it's going to be this bolt, that bolt, this bolt down there, then obviously a fourth one down there. For the gas pedal, this line is your gas pedal. This line is your cruise control. Gas pedal can be adjusted here. You push this forward a little, and then this twists and comes out of there like that. That comes out. If I pull that, that's going to come out of there. That needle. Like that. That's going to come out. When you put if you put the spacer on, there's a filter. I mean, why do I keep calling these filters? Whatever. The gasket. There's a gasket that's about as thick as this that goes on them. When you put that on, it's gonna pull the gas pedal a little bit, but it's also gonna hold this like this. Don't adjust this screw. That's your idle adjustment screw. Don't touch that. You're gonna be like this because what's going on? How to adjust that is you pull this clip off, and then you adjust here, and then push the clip back on. That'll adjust the cruise control so it's not holding your throttle open a little. Yeah, this really needs a lot of cleaning. Alright. Okay, so I gingerly took this off. This is the way it came up. So I'm going to leave it like that and put it back on that way. The hardest part, okay, things to notice. When you're taking the spring off, it's got a piece of plastic in here, inside the spring, to keep the string straight. Don't lose that piece of plastic. And don't get worried that that piece of plastic is broke or something. It's just in there to hold the spring straight, I believe. All right, the hardest part of this is getting this to pop off of this. This is just a round flat nail. And you just gotta force it off. It just clips into there. Force it off, and then you get things where you like, it slips right by while you're doing it and rips your corner of your nail off. Yeah, buddy. Well, I kind of fixed it. I got a file and a wire cutter and cut it and fixed it. But yeah, that's the hardest part so far. And as we see, it's going to be dirty. A lot of carbon in there. carbon down in the tube too. This thing is so shiny, the walls is. And right that right there, that's a barrier. I guess people file that down to smooth that out. I guess the way this was molded, see how the light's hitting that? I guess people file that out to smooth it out. But, you know, there's lots of lines. See, there's one way back there. Hitting it. Oops, here, I'm hitting it. That's only halfway down. These molded lines molded up and down there. I don't know what that back intake is, but this light is so bright you don't see how black that is. I mean, it's not severely black, but it's black. Carboned up. Alright, so I'm going to clean that. Not going to file that shit down because that's going to require taking this off. Those bolts. I mean, I've had this off before because I replaced this intake. But I don't feel like pulling that off and porting it. I might try cleaning it and try and not let the liquid flow down in there. See, mine's not all that dirty, and I don't believe I cleaned this. This car's got 220,000 miles on it. So mine's not that bad for the amount of miles that are on it. My daughter's Envoy, that thing was dirty as hell. I mean, this thing is not bad. I mean, this isn't fully caked on. Like other cars. It's not really bad at all, because you could see the metal through that. When it's bad, you can't see the metal. That's how thick it is. But this is the other side, so smoothing out those areas isn't going to do anything because that's not the direction of flow. The direction of flow is here. And you can see there's lips right there. I might... Whoops, I had the thing open. Oops. Like that lip there, I guess when they... I don't know why they did that lip. Okay. Alright, so this puppy arrived. This is Fel Pro. The 62105 throttle body for, you know, the Ford truck V8 5.4 liter. Yeah, that's not what this is going in, buddy. And these, I think it has these because it has the throttle. I think the intake on this one is a circle, so I think they're trying to disperse the thing, but we're just going to do this. We're just going to take this, like this. Where's the camera? We're gonna do this and just take this like this and just like that. They come right off. Yep. And then I think you have to grind down some of this to get it to actually fit the 75 millimeters. And that's what we're going to do with that. Alright, so the throttle body on this, what are those, 8 millimeter? these fit that. All right, those are 8mm. Ramble, robble. All right, so I originally had taken this off and cleaned it. I barely had any carbon on my throttle body. I think I videotaped it. And then at 220,000, my car does not burn oil, so that would kind of make sense that the EGR isn't bringing a ton of oil into my car. So my car is probably pretty damn clean. So anyway, I cleaned it and put it back on. Then I went to drive the car. I'm like, holy shit, this thing's got some crazy throttle response. And you know, I drove around for a couple days, and I'm noticing the car's downshifting too early or whatever. It's downshifting, like it's not just throttle response. It thinks the throttle is at a position where it's supposed to downshift. And you know, I was thinking about it, I was driving, and then I was like, son of a bitch, I didn't put that spring back on, did I? This spring. If you don't put this spring back on, you're going to think you got some crazy upgrade, crazy throttle response. Well, it's because this thing causes resistance and lets you more precisely decide where to put the throttle. With this spring on, you put your foot on it, it's like this. You know, you're at 1/4 or half throttle, and you're thinking, whoa, this car's got crazy power now. Well, no, it's because you don't have the spring on and you're not used to that. So I put the spring back on, and yeah, we're back to a normal car. All right, so I got the bigger, the 75mm throttle body. I got the YC2U-BB. As you see, it's got the same connector. You got to put your whatchamacallit there and your thing there, and you know, you got your sensor there. I think it's the exact same sensor, so I'm not even gonna remove it. And supposedly it's hard to get it off because those bolts seized to the aluminum, although this one doesn't look like it's gonna be seized. I kind of doubt mine are. It does kind of look like it's probably seized, but anyway. So when you go to do this, you're going to note that this is the same size as that. And you're like, oh my God, they gave me the wrong one. Well, that's not the deal. It's the back portion. This is 75mm, where on this one, it's only 70mm. And this one has a hole through it there. I cleaned it, and you know, I started doing the toothbrush thing. And you know what? Toothbrush thing is just a waste of time. You use a toothbrush to clean things because you don't realize that carb cleaner and brake cleaner just cleans that carbon off in seconds. So I just got the carb cleaner, just sprayed it. And you just instantly spray, get it wet, and then you just keep spraying, and it'll be perfectly clean. This was sticking on the initial. Like you go that, it would stick a little. What it was is there was a little carbon or metal right where the throttle things, and it was making it stick a little. Not that it would matter with your foot. You put your foot down, it's going to move. So it's not doing it anymore. See, that's instantly moving now. So we're going to see what happens. You got to take loose that screw, then you got to take that bolt off, that lower bolt, and then I have the spacer. I really don't see the spacer doing anything. I have the spacer, and I did grind out those middle things because this is not the 5.4. This does not have dual intakes. This is one big hole going down, and I think those hair things hanging down are made to split the air so it goes down in 2 holes. And notice this does have these clips in there. I don't know if the other throttle body has that, but those clips will go into those 2 round holes. That one there and that one there, and it'll probably clip into the throttle body. And you're going to have to adjust this thing by pulling that out, adjusting it, and then I'm not sure how I'm going to adjust the gas pedal because you're going to have that little extra space there. But we'll see what happens. The bolts are definitely long enough for that. See that? They're sticking way out the back. They're way long enough. It's probably the exact same bolts that are on the 5.4, whatever. All right, so I'm going to yank that off and see what happens, bro. All right, so this off. This is the original. this gap doesn't do shit because you see that gets covered over there. Anyway, so here's this. Here's that on there. So you can see it's bigger. Even just eyeball, you see this one's bigger. And you throw this on this one. Perfect. I grinded it earlier, so it's perfect. Perfectly round. And I bought this $9 off Amazon. I was looking on eBay for someone that still had it attached on there, but you know what, I didn't care. I got this cheap enough for adding another 9, what didn't matter. There was some dipshit that was giving you this and the down tube, and his sensor had a crack on it, so I asked him, you know, because she's showing little pictures, and people that show little pictures are hiding shit, so I asked him, what else is broken beside that sensor? Does the throttle move? And, you know, typical eBayer, wants to sell stuff, make money. Fucking idiot didn't reply to me until this was in my hand. So, you know what? You don't reply to people, you don't make any money. Idiot. Alright, so I'm going to put that on there and see what happens and do up the adjustments. And this time I took this off. Little bit more ginger. Put the thing upside down and pushed down on both sides with one thumb and one thumb. Because last time I did it, I slipped and, you know, ripped a nail. Because it's such a pain in the ass to get the to get this thing to pop up out of there. And I'm not gonna forget to put that spring on this time, buddy. Okay. All right. Let's go for this. All right. I got it on. You pull this piece of metal all the way out because see these splines on there, it clicks onto them in there, and you just had to pull this a little bit forward to get this the correct amount. I don't know about the gas pedal. The gas pedal might have moved a little. I mean, it almost has to have moved a little. I don't know how you would fix that. All right, so you got this. All right, we got the spring back on. Don't forget to put your spring on, or you're gonna get this false sense of woo, girl. And yeah, no. All right, you got your tubes on. Now I just gotta put the fancy old cover back on and see what happens. This puppy's got 220,000 on it. I'm pretty sure the brushes are getting ready to die on that motherfucker. Alrighty then. Alright, let's get this back together and do up a test drive. And notice, you know, when people say, well, that's just stupid because that's going smaller than bigger back there. Notice this tube. This is your standard tube. It gets smaller. This is much smaller than all the rest of this tube. And I do have, what is that, the 70mm MAF. I gotta jump up to the 80. So that's gonna need a bit of a tune, bro. And of course, this is the Dorman. I had to replace it. I needed my car the next day, so I had to put a Dorman on there instead of the other one. All right. You know, just for ha-has, this is the tag that was on this when it came from the junkyard. Oh, 0005 excursion. Whatever, I don't know what any other crap means. There's my old one. I'm going to wrap the wire around that and save that. Excursion, buddy. I wonder what part number is on the old one. The old one is that part number. Okay then. Now's the time to give this a try. Okay, so the first thing I'm observing is the pedal is higher up. And I don't know if I like that. I might have to get that adjusted down because it feels even with the brake. It's not even with the brake, but it's too close to the brake. Like, I don't like that. Maybe move the seat back a little. Alright, so let's see what happens. Yeah, buddy. It's a Crown Vic Sport. Leather ass seats. Bucket seats. Kind of feels faster, but then again, the pedal is sitting up higher, so I'm used to putting my foot in a certain spot, so it's hard to tell if there's any difference. I got to get that pedal adjusted to the proper spot, and then it'll be a better option. Otherwise, it's just, you know, all in your head. All right. Okay, the verdict on this upgrade to a 75mm. I don't notice anything. I don't notice bigger balls. I don't notice it. Trying the highway, it just seemed like a normal car. I didn't notice any difference. I think what people don't understand is it's moving the pedal, the gas pedal, and you're pushing your foot into a different area. That's about all I can say about that, bruh. Yeah, look at those LED lights. Those things are bright, man. And then the HIDs. Yeah, so I mean, you could do this upgrade if you want. I really don't think it's doing anything. People are probably forgetting to put that spring on, which is making the throttle easier to push, which means your foot isn't used to it. Yeah, so there you have it. And now it's time to eat my peppies. Yeah, buddy. That's right. Be jealous if you're in a state that don't have this, or you're in a state that doesn't have any Italians and you don't even know what pizza is. You go to Pizza Hut. Or you live in, what is that stupid state where they eat pizza in the pan? Chicago. Give me a break. That ain't pizza. This is pizza. Alright? Yum yums. Yeah. You know you want some. Pizza. Go eat your bullshit in a pan. Freaking, I don't know what the hell that is. Fucking round calzone crap. Yum, baby.
I think time to put the chicken in the oven now. Oh, wow, oh. Did your mom will take?
Ow!
Sorry, didn't. I'm way up here, so I can't do it. Oh, wow, Matt, would you like me to do some? Is this okay? Is it okay? One of these big things? Is that okay with your mom?
Maybe.
How I feel, Mom.
Should I text her?
No. Okay, text her.
No, I don't want to.
Text her.
I don't want to.
Text her.
I don't want to.
What's her phone number?
I don't know.
You know, you always your phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you know what whole phone under it then.
I guess.
No. That's right now.
I'm ready to put the cookies in the stove, in the oven.
This is a stove, actually.